Hey everybody, Jay from Simple Woods Life. Kind of an interstitial video because while we're focusing on the boat build, there's also all kinds of other things going on. We're going to be doing a quick little pause on the boat for this video because the next video, which I'm hoping comes out Thursday or Friday of this week, maybe Saturday, we'll all see how the editing goes, but that's going to be just sort of primarily boat. But this one, we're gonna have some fun. It's life in the woods, right? It's summer in the woods. So the garden's coming along fantastic. The jack-o'-lanterns are doing insanely well, as is the potatoes, the peas, the peppers. Our tomatoes seem to be clustering all sort of in small groups and therefore applying a lot of weight to that side of the plant. I'm not sure. I feel like the corn should be a bit higher. Not sure. Our beans are just low. We got 7 or 8 beans there, but they're not growing. Squash is doing well. Strawberries are creating their little runners, so we're gonna snip the flowers from them, and we'll eventually snip the runners and plant those in water. And the lettuce is so bananas. Probably have to make a nice salad tonight. What I'm gonna do in the interim, I'm gonna fertilize a little bit. And being that it's organic, it smells right awful. And we'll work it into the soil. Kind of looks like poppy seeds, you know? Morning, everybody. Procrastination J. Not really, but we are taking a pause on the boat build. Asked Miss Lady what they wanted to get up to this weekend, and the correct answer was, let's work on the boat. But instead, she said we should go for a quad ride, and I'm intrigued by this situation because we've got hundreds of kilometers of trails at our fingertips. So yesterday, I cracked open the user manual. So I've never changed the oil on the quads. It's always been one of those things where when I take it in for something else anyway, I'm like, while you're at it, change the oil. And Miss Lady's quad, this will be her first oil change. So I'm like, how tough can it be? So when I was in town yesterday, I zipped on over to the Suzuki dealership. I picked up air filters and oil filters. My God, the air filters, super expensive. Went over to Canadian Tire and I got some Motul, is that how you say it? Motul ATV expert oil. Pretty expensive stuff. I'm sure somebody would say you don't need that, you need this and this, but the quad manual has these specifications on what they want, letters and designations, so I followed that. And I also picked up this little thing, which one of the first videos this spring, I busted my line on the winch. And I had to go through this whole thing of getting it fixed. So this little thing I'm gonna install, just clamps onto it. It's a little bumper, so I don't keep pulling it back by mistake. Son of a bitch. I've read the manual a million times. I know on the tractor, it's pretty simple. I know on the truck, it's pretty simple. I can't imagine, it just looks like I gotta remove a bunch more plastics and stuff. So we're also going to, we'll double check the tire pressure and then we'll hit the road. And I'm hoping this is quick. Got my coffee. Let's do this. Start it up on level ground and warm that oil up. So let's do it. That's been a few minutes. Remove the oil filler cap, remove the drain plug and gasket from the bottom of the engine, and drain the oil into a pan, remove the right and left bolts, remove the front undercover. What the f? Alright, well, step by step. Oh, teared it just before the perforation. Huh? Oh man. That's gonna bother a few people, including Miss Lady. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, Miss Lady, remember that time I cut the cheese all crooked? Took a circle cut out of the Rice Krispies platter? Look what I did. Look what I did, Miss Lady. That oil looks fine. Do I need to do this? What is the...
Engine oil and oil filter. Initially 200 kilometers. And then every 2,000 kilometers. Or every 6 months.
Oh, not a lot of space under here. Lefty loosey. Righty tighty. There we go. Ooh. Just catch up on some reading here. Replace the drain plug gasket with a new one. I didn't get that. Is that the drain plug gasket? We can do everything else. We'll see if I can get that off easy. Suzuki says you should get a, it's this like clamp that goes on top of it. They didn't have one at my dealership, and Canadian Tire had them. They didn't fit. So, I'm hoping. What is that? Is it like an exhaust line or something? Air line? Oh, there's not a lot of room to work in here, eh? Oh, maybe this is the cover they told me to pull. Hey, dog, you're not making this any less stressful. How in the sweet mother of pearl? Oh, I was hoping I could get that done by then. Oh my gosh. What a frickin' nightmare. Oh my God. Oh, the sweet mother of all that is good and holy. I got a clampy clamper. I don't know if that'll help me. Holy perplexed. Hey Google, how do you remove an oil filter from a Suzuki King Quad without a cap wrench? But like an oil filter removal hack is still gonna screw me up, eh? When I gotta put it back on. I do have another wrench, but like, mind you, this one like wibbly wobbly, so I don't know if I can. If I could just reach my utility belt. Come on, Dick.
Hey, come on, Dick.
So my operating theory right now is getting it back on should be easier because of the way you turn it. I've busted out my grandfather's old, I don't know what the hell, vice grip. Big ass chain. My grandfather didn't do much manual anything. He worked at General Motors, but he didn't do like mechanics work. So I keep finding these tools of his and I'm like, wow, what the hell? If I could fit this frickin' monstrosity in there, but I don't know if I'm gonna have any, because it's the room, right? I don't have the room. So if I fit that, oh, you son of a bitch, I can't fit it around the, oh, you dick.
Holy almost.
Double dick.
Holy nightmare.
Okay. Huh. All right. All right. I'm down and slightly out. I've watched a bunch of hacks. They're not really working for me. I saw a great hack for using a couple of wrenches and some rope. But again, I don't have the clearance. Excuse me. I don't have the clearance. I suppose if I took the tire off and took a bunch of the plastic off, but at that point, I would just give it to a dealer and say, here's too much money for this job. Without the right tool here, my concern is like when all is said and done and I take that old filter off and I can jam a screwdriver in there and do that, but the new filter, according to the instructions, screw the new filter by hand until the filter gasket contacts the mounting surface. Then I'll take a little bit of paint and I'll mark top dead center. I turn that 2 more times. 2 full turns to the paint and back again to the paint. Now, if I can't do that with these things, I'm running the risk of being 300 kilometers out today with oil leaking out of the quad, both quads. And I'm just not cool with that. So maybe I shouldn't have even started until I got the right part. That was my thinking, but like getting the filter off of the tractor is a bit of a pain in the ass. This is a gosh darn nightmare. See, I tried to, this is a nightmare. So Ms. Lady went to town. I said, do you mind driving like another 20 minutes and heading over to the dealership?
Meanwhile,
Put a little pin in that, and we'll figure out the oil filter, or excuse me, the air cleaner. Hopefully this is easier. Remove the seat. Remove the fasteners and cover. 1. What are you talking about? This? Remove the fasteners and cover. Oh, these things. Oh. That's cool. Remove the fasteners and cover. Oh. Huh. Oh, look at that. And then this. I did not know this.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that's probably good, eh? Not too bad, considering. Little update. I talked to the fellas down at the Suzuki dealership. They're looking around for a wrench for the top of the oil filter that they might have that's aftermarket. And it's not a Suzuki brand, which is fine with me. If they can get one, they'll send Ms. Lady home with it. But I've learned an important lesson about starting a job without the right tool. But on to the air filter. This one smells good. Ugh. Ugh, smells so nice. Old, new? I think, yeah. This is probably a pretty good decision. Let me just check. I just replaced it. I remove the bolt assembly, separate the polyurethane filter. Oh, hold on. There's more. Remove the bolt and element assembly. Separate the polyurethane filter from the assembly. What the hell does that mean? Inspect the air cleaner element periodically. So they want me to take this thing off, according to the picture. Oh! Oh, I can wash it!
Flashback.
I picked up air filters. My God, the air filter's super expensive.
Oh, idiot.
Well, that might explain why it's 77 bucks. Here's the deal. We're leaving. The second Miss Lady gets back, so maybe 45 minutes or so, we're out of here. I'm putting the new one in, and that's fine. And now I got a running rotation of 2, because it says here you want this to be as dry can be. So I will wash this. I will give it a good scrub out, and then I will have myself an extra. Well, I just got a bit of good news. Miss Lady's coming home with a wrench cap, and it's aftermarket, so it's, what did she say here? $9. If it was the Suzuki one, would have been 60. You know, I took a home ec class. It was mandatory when I was in grade school, and they would bus us all to this other school that had a whole big kitchen cooking facility. And one of the things we made was pizza, and that was like our end mark. And my pizza came out really, really, really salty and awful. The teacher said to me at that moment, you should have read everything first and then followed the instructions. Because what I ended up doing, I just added all the ingredients to a bowl and went from there. So here we are, what? High 30s, low 40 years later. I haven't learned that lesson yet.
Freaking idiot.
Look what I got you.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Genuine Suzuki. There. So when I see that on the side, this lady picked up a couple of these extra gaskets too. Okay, that's, slow down. That's almost 900. That's $66 at Canadian Tire, which hurt my soul. And because this quad takes 2.7 liters, they were 22 bucks a liter or 66 bucks for 4 liters. And I got 2 of them because I was changing the oil in 2 quads. Pretty perfect. That one maybe took 10, 15 minutes. The other quad took a couple hours. So live and learn, right? So in 6 months, hopefully this process will be a little bit quicker. Now we got both quads clean, both air filters clean. And, oh, I wouldn't mind throwing some other clothes on and getting myself a little zoom in.
Well, if you're gonna barbecue, you might as well do it properly. This has happened to me so many times this summer that I kind of feel like I need to build some sort of a canopy for the barbecue deck. Because your boy is wet.
We had watered yesterday, fertilized and watered everything, and we had ourselves a whack ton of rain last night. Not a whack ton. It came as I was making dinner for the family. But we got about a quarter of an inch. But having a coffee this morning, these jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and squash, it's like they've got a whole new lease on life. And the bumblebees are out. Which I thought was past their prime, but here they are. At least I think that's a bumblebee. It's a big mama jama. And it's doing a little bit of nectar there. Getting its pollen. Having itself a good old time. So huzzah to the fertilization and gardening watering. Both by myself and by her, Mama Nature. The two of us are working hand in hand. Can't cross my fingers. Hand in hand. That's how we're working. Potatoes are crazier than ever. Even the corn looks better. And it looks like I forgot to take off one of the blossoms on my strawberry here. And it's probably too late to do that. I read a thing where you take the blossoms off in the first year of growing, so it puts more energy back into the roots. But it looks like I forgot one, and I'm certainly not going to take it off at this point. So, there's a little garden update for the morning. Now let's get back to it.